YouTube, the almighty, it just keeps growing, and with it comes tons of videos. 300 hours of videos in French are added every single hour on YouTube. Now, I think that's enough videos for you to find something that you actually enjoy watching, right? So how do you learn French on YouTube? Well, I have 2 strategies for you, and it depends on your level. So first, we need to know where you stand. What is your level of French? If you're not quite sure, here is a short recap. If you can speak French in most situations, that you can put easy and not so easy sentences together, you are an advanced learner. If you can get around in French even if you're not perfect, that you can, make yourself understood, you are an intermediate learner. And if you don't really fit in any of those categories, that everything is kind of hard for you and that you don't know much, you are a beginner. If you know your European level, here is an even shorter guide. A0, A1, beginners. A2, B1, intermediates. B2, C1 and C2 are advanced learners. Now that this is out of the way, we can talk about the 2 strategies. So on YouTube, you'll find 2 kinds of French videos. First, French lessons. French lessons for all levels, for all kinds of learners, for all kinds of goals. Those lessons will teach you grammar, vocabulary, or even, cultural references about French and France. Those kinds of videos are really good for beginners and for some intermediates. They teach you what you need to know, basically, and provided you find a good teacher, you have access to free lessons and great lessons for free. But you also find another kind of video, French videos, French native videos. Those videos are made for people who speak French. They can be anything: history lessons, vlogs, entertainment, tech reviews. Almost everything that exists in English also exists in French. Now, those kinds of videos should be your primary material, or primary learning material, if you are an advanced learner. And you should also start watching a lot more of those if you are an intermediate learner. Of course, approaching those 2 different kinds of videos is going to be done differently. Here's how. Strategy number 1, using lessons to learn French on YouTube. So if you are a beginner or an intermediate, this is the strategy that you should be following. You're going to want to watch French lessons, but before you jump off this video and that you go binge watch French lessons, expecting to learn a lot in a short time, let's go over how you actually should be using those French lessons on YouTube. Refrain from binge watching. I repeat, no binge watching. Watching lessons after lessons won't actually do anything other than overwhelming you to death. I'm being dramatic, but essentially, when you learn and when you binge watch French lessons on YouTube, you are kind of overstuffing your brain with information. And the result is that your brain, or the French you have in your brain, is very heavy, it's not practical, and it's even tiring to speak French after that. And it becomes very restricting very, very fast. Binge watching lessons doesn't allow your brain to make space for this new information that you are trying to learn. So you end up cramming your energy, cramming your concentration, and not actually retaining anything. You need a bit of time, and you need to let your brain do its stuff to tidy everything that you want to learn in your brain. Using images, obviously it doesn't happen like this, but if you take the time to learn like this, you can remember things much more clearly because you have a smaller amount to remember. So pace yourself, because for each new piece of information that you learn, you need to go through the rule number 2. learn, then practice, 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 and practice some more. Look, you already know actually how memory works. I don't even need to, talk about it. You just know that it's not instant, that the majority of the population, even if there are a few gifted people, cannot remember everything that they hear, everything that they see, everything that they read, right? You probably are part of those people who cannot do it. You know it's not instant. You know that to be able to remember something, you need to hear or write or say this piece of information several times. You also know that the best way to remember something is to do it over and over and over and over again. To use the information, to do the work, to train, and learning French is no exception to that. So I have a golden rule for you and I wrote it down. It's everything you learn, you must practice. I repeat, everything you learn, you must practice. To be able to apply this first strategy, you need to find French lessons on YouTube. Now, there are a lot of them, and you will find tons and tons and thousands of French lessons on YouTube. But the thing is, they are great lessons, they are good lessons, but there are also a few bad lessons, and I do not want you to watch those ones. So how to know when you are watching a bad video, and how to, assess the quality of a French lesson. First rule is that you understand what's happening in the video. At the end of the video, you are not more confused than you were before. If you leave the video being more confused than you were before the video, it was a bad lesson. Don't watch it again and try to stay away maybe from that person. Maybe it's just not your style. Maybe the video itself is good, but it's not for you. So try to find videos where the words that people are using, especially when it comes to grammar, when the words are explained to you in plain words. And second rule, there are plenty of examples. When you're watching a French lesson, there should be at least 50% of the video that is about those examples, because that's how you're going to know how to apply things, right? If one of those two rules is broken, the lesson that you're watching is not for you. It might be too advanced for you, or it is too dry for you, right? Now, personal preferences play a role here too, so if you don't really like the teacher, there might be a better teacher for you out there, so, go watch another video. Strategy number 2 with native videos, using native videos to learn French on YouTube. Now, that's the strategy that you should be following if you are an intermediate or an advanced French learner. Lessons, if you are an advanced learner, will bore you quite quickly, and you need more than that to progress. You need native videos. But making the switch from French lessons to native videos can be a bit scary and can end up being a tiny bit overwhelming if you don't do it right. So don't switch all at once. Don't go cold turkey on this one. Keep using lessons and slowly transition to using only native videos, right? First, you need to find something that you like to watch in English and watch it in French. Don't bore yourself for the sake of your French. There are no kinds of video that you absolutely need to watch. That would be completely counterproductive. If you are watching this video, it must be because you know and you kind of use YouTube. So there are probably some genres of videos that you like to watch. Maybe it's cooking videos. Personally, I'm a fan of Alex, the French guy cooking. Love him. But maybe it's travel vlogs or tech reviews. Whatever the genre that you like to watch in English, you can be sure that it also exists in French. So how about watching those in French? And to help you do that, I actually compiled a list of my favorite French YouTubers, so you can start there and you can download this. There is a link in the description below this video. Please use the subtitles and use the transcript if you need to. It can be violent to switch to only French or to hearing only French and having no way to know what people are saying. So use the subtitles if you need them, because your ears actually don't pick up the right sounds at first. So sometimes you don't even recognize the most basic words that you know. There is a solution to that, and I've talked about it on my blog. You can go and check out the article that is called How to Listen to French. But if that happens to you, don't be shy and use the subtitles. They are here for that. Even if they are automatic subtitles, those subtitles can still be good support for your ears, right? So here's how to activate the subtitles on YouTube. If you click here, here you can see that they are auto-generated, right? French is the language of the video and they are auto-generated, which means that it's a robot that is going to listen to the video and type the words, right? It's not a human who did it. So there is no punctuation, which can be sometimes a little bit hard. And there can be also mistakes because sometimes people don't pronounce the words very clearly. For example, for me, when you're listening to someone who has an accent on YouTube, for example, a French accent, the closed captions are absolutely awful, right? But you can use it to support your learning when you are watching native videos. You can also auto-translate them if you click here on a little wheel and you click on subtitles, and then you can auto-translate them and you choose the language in which you want them to be translated. Keep in mind that with auto-generated subtitles that are auto-translated, there can be a lot of mistakes and sometimes it doesn't really make any sense. But it can be good support, it can be good for you to be able to translate or write down a word that you don't know. Now, there is something else you can do to make words stick in your brain. Now, just because you are not a beginner anymore doesn't mean the laws of memorization don't apply to you. Actually, they apply more than ever. You need repetition, right? That's what makes things stick. And the easiest way to do this is to watch the same video over and over again. But that can prove a bit, boring after a while. So here's a trick. You can watch the same kind of videos over and over again because the vocabulary is going to be the same. Words are going to come back. And in the meantime, slowly, you are memorizing those words. For example, if you are a fan of tech reviews, watching a lot of tech reviews in the same session or watching a lot of tech reviews in the same week is going to teach you a lot of words in relation to tech reviews. And this is good for your memorization. You'll be able to remember those words much more easily. Now, if you don't know where to begin to find French YouTubers, you can watch this video and I'll see you there.